Welcome back to Temeron's Tactics. This is AI War Fleet Command Gameplay Tutorial Part 46. In this video, we're going to set up our plan to attack the enemy homeworld and launch. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a scout into the enemy homeworld here. I'm going to grab all of my Tier 1 scouts. There's only 6 of them here. We're going to send them all into Kalale, which is the next system, and we're going to grab all of the Tier 2 scouts, and all of those can go into the enemy homeworld. Okay? Just making sure there's no big fleet here in Kalale that I don't know about. Looks like we're safe. So now I need to take a look and see what is here that should be destroyed before our fleet enters. All right. So that's going to be like ion cannons and orbital mass drivers. Okay, so it looks like there's a couple of ion cannons. There's an unshielded ion cannon out here, Mark II, and a shielded ion cannon here. So we should try to destroy those before we complete our, launch our entire fleet in here. There's also an orbital mass driver. Looks like that's also unshielded. There is a raid eye in the top left, okay? Luckily away from everything for the most part. Looks like there's another post here that's kind of nearby it that will be able to assault us there, but the eye and this are separate from everything else for the most part. So this would be a really good spot for us to launch our attack, is right here. We can't take care of these guard posts while that eye is here, because this eye is going to continually launch raids against our planets as long as we have more than 450 ships here, which of course, there's no way we're going to get through these force fields. There's only 450 ships. So we have to sabotage this eye. That's imperative. We must do that to successfully assault Bahawa, is use hacking points to sabotage, 56 hacking points to sabotage this eye as our first action. But we'll need to get rid of those 2 ion cannons and that orbital mass driver first, or we'll never make it through the system to get there, okay? So let's use our teleport raiders to hop in and clear out those ion cannons, that 1 ion cannon that's unshielded and the orbital mass driver that's unshielded. So here's our 160 teleport raiders. Very, very useful ships, again, as we saw in a recent video. So we're going to teleport them into Bahawa, and as soon as they all appear, there's 149, that's probably all of them. Let's have them destroy this orbital mass driver. Here comes a beam. Get out of the way. All right, now finish destroying that. There we go. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, well, they can just hop right down here and take out this ion cannon. Hop. Make sure I've got all of them selected. There might have been a few that followed them in. Oh, get out of the way of that beam. Why don't you guys teleport right over here? Now, teleport back. Very nice. Okay, so now that ion cannon is destroyed. The other ion cannon is under a shield, so we'd be better off having our human raid starships fly in there and take that out, since they're immune to shields. Okay, so now that we've rebuilt all of the human raid starships and our fleet is 100% full, I'm ready to send all of my ships out. Okay. So the first thing we're going to want to do is separate all of our support ships and put them into a separate group like we usually do. We're going to grab the scout starships, the cleanup drones, the engineers, the mobile space docks, the hackers. I have 2 here, not the science lab. Okay. We don't need the mobile builders because we will not have supply in the enemy homeworld. Right? We're just going to put all of those ships right up here, and we'll grab a transport specifically for them and put it next to them. Okay. We're not ready to put them in that transport yet because we need those engineers in a few moments. Now that they're out of the way, let's grab all the rest of the military units except for the transports. Not the teleport raiders, because they can just teleport right into the enemy homeworld. Okay. And not the shield bearers, because they're going to have a special purpose. Not the rail pods, because they're going to destroy themselves along the way, and then we can just remake them once we have our starships, our mobile space docks out. That's 1,922 ships, all right? So actually, all of these ships that are left will fit in the transports, won't they? We've got, I'm going to set them as hotkey 1 for a moment, and then over here, this is 38 ships, so 38 plus 100, 1922, that's enough to fit in. Okay. So let's grab group 1, which is that 1,922 ships, and we're going to load them into these transports. Now the shield bearers really need to go with the support group, but we want some of them to stay outside as well. Our objective here is to move our assault transports with all of our important units inside of a small fleet covered by shields so that we can get to where we want to go and then unload our payload of all of our ships and mobile space docks and have shields there to protect them. So let's grab the shields, which are, where's the shield? 24, there we are. Here's the shield bearers. I'm going to select half of those and put those in the special transport here that holds our mobile space docks. And then once they're gone, I'm going to grab those shield bearers that are left, the 12, and I'm going to put another half of those back in that same ship. Okay. I want 3/4 of those shields protecting the support ships inside there, and 1/4 of them, that is 6, flying with the fleet outside to protect the transports. Okay. So now we're going to grab all of these ships right here. That is our attack fleet and all of our transports except for the support transport. We're going to get them into a nice tight ball so that everybody's ready to go. And now that that's all done, now I'm going to build all 96 of my weasels. And we're going to put them with that fleet right there. Okay? Weasels. The engineers will just pop them out real fast. When you're building weasels, you want to make sure that you can have all those engineers there to push them out quickly. They only have a 4-minute time limit, so if it takes you 3 minutes to build 96 weasels, then they're not very useful. Okay, but since it only took me a few seconds to push out all of them, now they're all almost at full health and ready to support this fleet. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to grab all of these support units that are mobile space docks and all that, and they're going to go into the transport here. These mobile raid starships should be over with this fleet right here. Okay. Now we can grab that transport and move it inside this group. We'll grab these weasels and move them inside the group as well. Okay. I'm going to do a control box over this group to grab every one of them, and we're going to set them right on top of this Kalale gate. That's 1,046 units. So now let's grab our 1,046 ships and give them a group move order to move into Bohawa. Holding down G, right-clicking the enemy homeworld. The fleet will enter Kalale, and as you can see, the ships will, for the most part, be covered with this force field. These force fields, I should say. Okay, so we're making it through unmolested. The ships that are able to fire on us are wasting their attacks on our dispensable ships that are flying around outside, okay? They're not attacking our transports. And as soon as our fleet enters Bohawa, we're going to pause it. That's our fleet. That's all that's left. Okay, so let's grab the fleet. That's the teleport raiders and the weasels, actually, is all that's left. So really we should just grab the transports, because that's the only ships that are left that are of significance. Okay, the shields all were destroyed along the way. Our shield bearers were destroyed. So let's go ahead and just grab the transports now. We've made it safely with all 10 transports at good health into the enemy homeworld. So now the transports will break away at full speed. There's a fortress here, so I want to go around that. So we're going to go right here, and then here, and then we're going to cut straight up here to behind this core 9 Zool guard post, where we're going to unload and destroy it and then establish our foothold here. So here we go.
Did you really expect that to work?
Did I really expect what to work? It did, actually. See, it drew your fire. All of their ships are attacking these worthless ships back here that I don't care about instead of the transport. So yes, I did expect that to work, AI. Thank you. Looking very good. Okay, so as soon as we get up to this point right here, we're going to unload. Let's go, yeah, right there. So let's unload. We want our mobile space docks to pump out rail pods. Let's reset them. Make sure they're in repeat mode. They're going to build rail pods. Well, and weasels. Okay, we'll build weasels here as well. And shield bearers. We definitely want them to pump out shield bearers as well. Okay. Unpause. Now, our units are going to automatically take down that guard post right there. let's put the mobile space docks. Let's grab the engineers and the mobile space docks, actually, and the shields, and just move them just back just a hair. Okay, they seem to be gravitating towards the front of the fleet, and I want them way in the back of the fleet, actually, right here. And now that we're in a decent position, I'm going to grab my shields right here. I'm going to select half of them and move them up to the back a little bit more so that they're covering the mobile space docks. And now I'm going to use my hacker and put the sabotage hacker right here underneath all these force fields and make sure it says raid eye. It does. From this location at the bottom left of the card in red, it says from this location, sabotage target would be core raid eye. Perfect. Again, you're watching Temeron's Tactics. My name is Temeron. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the continuation of this gameplay tutorial series.